Big changes are coming to Call of Dragons, including the announcement of 2 new legendary heroes, city themes being added to the game, new events, new mechanics, and so much more. So stick around in this video for everything you need to know about the upcoming update to Call of Dragons. Hello my friends and welcome back. I'm Chisgule Gaming, and today's video is sponsored by the makers of Call of Dragons, and it is freaking hype when they drop even just information about a new commander. But this update mail has so much more. So stick around and use the timestamps in the description to navigate to whichever portion of this video you're interested in. And consider subscribing for Call of Dragons updates and guides designed to help you get value and smash your enemies. Bro, I could not believe what was in here, so let's start from the top. The update goes in on the 25th of this month. First of all, they're adding a summer holiday event. Say goodbye to spring, hello to summer. There's a summer dash to defeat Darklings and retrieve stolen goods to save the summertime. I wonder if this is like the race against time in Rise of Kingdoms, where you basically need to defeat the most number of barbarians possible within a short window of time. If this is in fact like Race Against Time, then this could be an event where they reward legendary hero tokens to defeat the most Darklings possible. You may want to save up some amount of CP for this event, because it could be extremely valuable in actually being able to go and do this to the fullest. Up next is the Quiz Quest. It's time to test your knowledge of Tamaris. You know, Rise of Kingdoms, which is the game that this is based on, has a series of quiz events, and it's not surprising to me that they're bringing this into Call of Dragons as well. I feel like as much as possible, the successful events from one game, they'll copy in this one, especially because it's got to be a lot of reusable code for them. Up next is the Trial of Light. Test your limits and prove your strength by defeating enemies as quickly as you can, and win amazing rewards. This is interesting. I'm not exactly sure what this is emulating. Defeat enemies as quickly as you can. We'll see what that looks like when it gets here. Last but not least, the Blessing of the Oak. Nature's bounty is waiting for you, so make a wish. This could be a spending event. I anticipate that it is. But we'll find out more about that as we get closer to probably a week or two after the 25th. Is when I would expect the holiday events to actually go live, not immediately when the patch goes in. Up next, new season, new experiences. Enjoy brand new content in Season 1+, Stars Reignited. Players reaching the end of Season 1, Burning Stars and Dragon Calls, and Season 1+, Burning Stars, will enter a new season with these amazing new additions. First of all, new map layout. We knew about this. Links between regions have changed, bringing a new strategic dimension to Alliance gameplay. Also, new starting points. Areas and starting regions now have more plentiful resources. Thank God, man, because these level 1, 2, and 3 resource nodes were extremely painful. New pass modes. Semi-protected passes can only be attacked by alliances who've occupied a behemoth layer within a pass's region, changing the pace with which the map opens up and protecting your affiliated legion. You know, I mentioned this to developers, and I was like, guys, you can end the season before it's even started by invading the starting zones. You have to protect the starting zones. And it looks like they're adding protection to the starting zones, which is a big, 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 big deal. This is huge. Semi-protected passes can only be attacked by alliances who occupy a behemoth layer within the pass's region. So what I think that would mean is if you have 2 regions next to each other, and I have a behemoth layer in this region, but not this one, I can't attack the neighboring region, maybe. And I think that would be good. That would make it, hopefully, so that you get like a nice fight in Zone 2, maybe a fight in Zone 3, and then later with the Chronicles, they make it so you can attack earlier regions or something. I don't know. But I want the map to be designed to not make it so that, you know, at the start of the season, you can get wrecked and you're wrecked for the entirety of the season, right? Don't love that. So I think this could be an awesome change. New village gameplay. Raid villages owned by your alliance to gain various powerful buffs. Okay, I'm into that. New challenges and opportunities. Higher level resource points and Darkling forts are available. huge. I love the higher level resource nodes. Just start training more gathering units today, by the way. New ways to grow. In Season 1, epic heroes can reach 5 stars. Oh, wow. In Season 1 Plus, epic heroes can reach 5 stars, while legendary heroes can reach 6 stars. Powerful new buffs allow you to mitigate your opponent's attack or penetrate their defense. This is really interesting. I thought that what 5 and 6 star heroes were going to do is give you more talent points, and that would have been really cool, but maybe too powerful. So this is also really cool. I don't know what mitigating an enemy's attack means. Maybe you reduce the enemy's attack. Is that a debuff? Or you ignore some of their attack? But usually penetrating defense, that's like ignoring defense. It'll be interesting to see exactly how these work. If mitigating your opponent's attack is not a debuff and it only benefits your active march, I wonder what exactly that does. Do you see what I'm struggling with here? Like, penetrating defense is easy to understand because, you know, you ignore some amount of the enemy's defense. That's a buff to your own march. But usually an opponent's attack mostly benefits their march and what they are targeting. They do slightly more counterattack, but I don't know how you mitigate an opponent's attack. It'll be very curious to see that implementation. And by the way, drop a comment down below if you have thoughts on how exactly that's going to work. Heroes will be able to gain experience through PvP battles, and this feature is enabled as the Augur Stone progresses. Once heroes reach level 50, they can only level up to level 60 through this method or via gathering. GG, by the way, on the gathering. And on that note, they changed the way heroes gain experience when gathering with the talent Earth's Grace. Now, I have made many videos about Earth's Grace and how overpowered it is. Before, when a legion finishes gathering, the hero receives experience equal to 2% of the number of resources gathered, up to a maximum of 20,000 experience per day. After, when a legion finishes gathering resources, the hero experience received is ranking up, and the number of resources gathered, based on the number of resources gathered, and up to a maximum of still 20,000 per day. It just seems like they made it incremental now. They describe how the gain is incremental. That seems fine. Maybe what they changed is this percentage. I think the experience might have stayed the same, but the percentage has changed. Regardless, you want to max this thing out either way, so it doesn't change much. Added season tags for heroes. After finishing the first season, heroes' tags will show which season they belong to. And they have a more dynamic exploration experience. In Season 1 Plus, all mist on the map has been dispelled. Thank God. I don't want to do that again. You no longer need to deploy scouts to dispel the mist. Season 1 Plus introduces new gameplay centered around occupying villages, instead of visiting the village to unlock narrative content, which, by the way, I mean, did you read it? Because I didn't. You will be able to see all village-related narrative content in the Tales section. Thank goodness. Look, I think it's cool there's a story. I just don't want to have to read it, you know? Other points of interest, camps, caves, treasure fragments, etc., will be reset. Any exploration rewards you have not claimed during the current season will not be available in Season 1 Plus. So make sure to explore all the points of interest before the current season ends. All right, cool. Now they've got more enjoyable events, they say. The new Riches of the Forest event is coming to Season 1 Plus. That artifact you've had your eye on could be yours before you know it. So this is very interesting. They're implying you get to pick the artifact you want, which is really cool. I mean, that is amazing. That could be amazing. I don't know. This has got to be a pay-to-win event, right? So we'll see what the cost is associated with this, and my hope is that there's a free-to-play element that comes with this. One way that this event could work is something called the Hunt for History from Rise of Kingdoms, where you get to pick whatever you want, and you sort of have to spend some number of hammers digging around trying to find the thing that you ultimately selected as your prize. And, you know, every 5 levels, there's a sort of premium prize. That's the thing you really want. It could be shaped something like that. We'll see what they ultimately do here. Up next, the Royal Rankings event reward has been changed. Instead of receiving Thea, players can receive the city theme Northern Winds. Any players who already participated will have the chance to take place again. See the event details for more info. Now, this is interesting. In Rise of Kingdoms, the game this is based on, at the start of a new kingdom, you are playing for a power gain event, and you can unlock a city theme. And it sounds like they're doing the same thing here. So the key prize in the power gain event in the first sort of week of the season now is Thea. Sounds like maybe we all get a chance to unlock the Northern Wind city theme. And they, by the way, have officially added city themes to the game, which generally in Rise of Kingdoms gave a buff to one thing, but a debuff to something else. So if you were really into magic units, for example, maybe it gives magic unit attack, but also minus, I don't know, infantry defense or something like that. Like there's always a gain and a loss typically with these city themes. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that works here. And also in Rise of Kingdoms, they have legendary city themes. So we should expect that as well, where you get plus 10% for one troop type and minus 10% for another. We'll see how that ultimately works out here. They've also reduced the difficulty of the Crucible of Courage. I think that's fine. Crucible of Courage is an event where you can get legendary tokens. We have it running right now on our server. And I mean, I have T5, so I have no perspective really with which to judge this event. They fixed an issue where artifact skills could accidentally target other players' enemies during the Crucible of Courage. Whoops. Okay, whatever. Added an improved alliance system. You can now see daily changes to alliance members' power. You can now see weekly changes to alliance members' merits, and you can manage directly via the alliance rankings screen. They improved the display for Behemoth Elite raids. You can now see how to obtain Behemoth avatar frames via the Behemoth Hunter and Elite raid screens. That all seems fine and relatively minor compared to this big fat bomb they drop right here. Added 2 new legendary heroes. Hello? Now, what's crazy is Ffraegar is archer, peacekeeping, and mobility. So a fast-moving archer. The thing that I like about a legendary hero with peacekeeping is you might use them to level up at the start of the season and then use a talent reset to switch to a combat build or just use them as the secondary. And Syndrion is another, look at this, it's a marksman rally precision. Now, I feel like the word archer over here is an error. Did they add 2 marksman heroes? Or is there something wrong with this male? Archer is Rise of Kingdoms. That's not actually a Call of Dragons thing. They're marksmen in this game. So, is this actually an archer? Or is this something else and totally the wrong word was used? I don't actually know. It seems very strange to me that they would add 2 marksman legendary heroes, though. I think one of these is not right. And I don't know which it is. That's really curious. They added 2 legendary artifacts, the Rattle Spear and Spring Blades, available from the Forge of Light and the Riches of the Forest event. Well, hold on a minute. Added 2 legendary artifacts, Spring Blades, you say? Wait a minute. Don't we have Spring Blades? Isn't this thing down here the Spring Blades? Hold on. Do I have one of these? I probably just already passed it, which is a little embarrassing. No, these are not the Spring Blades. They're the Springs of Silence. Okay. Sure. Spring Blades, huh? And that's different from Shadow Blades. So now we're making Spring Blades. So is this like an infantry thing? An infantry artifact? Spring Blades. Okay. They're rebalancing the rally and garrison talents. The talent Expeditionary Force is now fair offense. While serving as a rally captain, you can force the enemy rallied army or garrisoned army into a fair fight. In a fair fight, all unit skills are disabled. And the attributes of infantry, cavalry, marksmen, and magic units of the same level will be adjusted to the same values. This is really interesting, and I genuinely don't know how this changes combat. I understand the unit skills to be like, for example, if you have all Vestals, then you, gain the benefit of health. They can buff health every couple seconds, right? If you have, all one troop type in your rally, you get the benefit of these special skills. See, this is what I'm showing you talking about right over here, right? So a fair fight makes it so these don't work anymore. And the unit that is most impacted by that, by the way, and you heard it here first on the Chisgule Gaming YouTube channel, is that infantry were busted and nobody knew it. And this is like big pro tip right over here coming from Chisgule Gaming, and other people will probably copy this. But infantry are really, 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 really powerful because this ability only requires you to have infantry. It doesn't require a certain unit of infantry. So if you rallied with infantry, you actually got this skill, Perseverance, very easily. Whereas to rally with any other unit type and actually get the benefit, like, for example, Celestials, right? If you had a flying rally with Celestials, and you wanted this unit buff, which is the, attack boost, it would have to be 100% Celestials only as the unit in the rally, right? If you wanted the 15% health buff over here from Vestals, it needs to only be Vestals in the rally. So why am I saying this? The fair fight change eliminates that entirely. And so the biggest nerfed unit is actually the infantry, because the infantry could get the full benefit, which is really crazy. The talent Kingsguard is now fair defense. While serving as a garrison captain, you can force the enemy rallied army into a fair fight. All units' skills are disabled. See, this is where Kingsguard would actually be insane. And that is a big deal, I think, specifically encountering infantry. Now, if we look at where these talents actually are, your city garrison might include Bakar, okay? Where even is Kingsguard? Kingsguard? Formidable Blade? Kingsguard, it's right over here. Now, when serving as a garrison captain, the garrison army takes 8% less damage when attacked by more than one enemy legion. I mean, this is good anti-swarm, but the fair fight thing could be pretty big. Especially, again, a defense with all infantry was insane. I don't know why they don't just address infantry, but whatever. I feel like that's what that's cutting at, specifically the infantry unit, because of how powerful it is. Okay, so cruising on down, and this update mail, I know this is a long video, but there's so much value in here. There's so much to talk about. They've adjusted Ordo's talents to align to his foundation, along with the other non-gathering heroes, and they removed the talent Earth's Grace. GG. I mean, I liked it there, but whatever. Hopefully we'll get some more gathering heroes soon. They fixed issues where legions will be blocked from marching. Rules for marching while in battle have been standardized as follows. Adjusted the battle status display. Once your legion enters battle with another Lord's Legion, the name of your legion will turn red and become visible to all non-friendly lords. They changed the rules for intercepting as well. Legions with red names will automatically block all non-friendly legions marching in the same direction. And they added collision between legions. Non-friendly legions, so even if you don't have War Frenzy, non-friendly legions will collide with each other even when they're not in battle, making it impossible to pass. That is probably going to be annoying at times if you have allies in the same zone as you, but technically you're a non-friendly legion. Only members of the same alliance as you are friendly. I don't know. This one's a little bit of a head scratcher for me. They disabled intercept mode and pass mode options. This is how you could toggle this on and off today. So they're removing your ability to toggle that, which I don't know. Is that an improvement? I don't know. We'll see kind of how that plays out. Other improvements. New players will be able to change server via the faction selection screen when creating a character, allowing you to more easily choose your server and play together with your friends. That's cool. I mean, when you start the game, you can pick your server. That's nice. You can now decorate your city with city themes. City themes are unlocked at city level 5. Tap your city on the map to access the city theme menu and make your Great Hall and nameplate stand out from the crowd. I assume there's stats associated with this as well, not just a cosmetic. In order to allow you to heal more quickly, free healing is replaced with Elixir Healing. I saw a lot of bad takes on Elixir Healing, and I just want to really clarify that I think Elixir Healing could be a huge win for the game. And the reason it's a huge win for the game is that you can basically store up some amount of free healing, and then you get into a big fight, and you can fight for longer because you have stored up free healing. That's it. They said themselves the amount of healing you get is the same, except now you can store up healing. So as long as a pay-to-win can't have astronomically more storage than a free-to-play, it's basically the same thing, but now you can fight more in a big burst when you need to fight, which is awesome. Huge win. It's just a win. So I think that the Elixir-based healing will actually be a very good change. And I was anxious about it at first, but the more I look at it, the cooler it seems. So the key to this is what the Elixir maximum storage limit is. And if a pay-to-win gets dramatically more than a free-to-play player, it's kind of like, bruh. I mean, all right, but it's going to get a little out of hand, potentially. Added a tutorial section to the tail screen, allowing you to access previously unlocked tutorial content. Improved the reminders for excess speed-ups. Annotations have been added to some key game concepts, giving you more detailed explanations. A repair button added to the loading screen, allowing you to resolve issues that prevent you from loading into the game. I never had that problem. Added a YouTube page link for certain languages? Dope. Okay. Oh, I guess that's just... I was like, yeah, were they going to link to my YouTube channel? No. I think certain languages, there's like, you know, an official Call of Dragons channel they wanted to link to. Okay, sure. Added a UI border offset option, allowing you to customize the distance between the UI and the screen edges. And they fixed an issue with the description for the artifact, Sorlin's Blade. Bro, this is insane. The skill Sword Oath now reads, deals damage to 5 enemy legions, previously up to 2 enemy legions. Has Sorlin's Blade always hit 5 legions? Because that is insane. Sorlin's Blade looks a lot better when it's like, hey, yo, we hitting 5, okay? Yo, where's my Bakshi? There's my Bakshi, there's my Sorlin's Blade. Takes 25% less damage per additional target, though. It's a very costly way to hit 5 targets, but today it says deals damage up to 2 enemy legions. But what's the difference now between a Kingslayer and a Sorlin's Blade in the future? Well, I mean, they even show 2 units here, so this seems like more than just a text change. It seems like a functionality change. I'll be very curious to see the full text once it's in game, but you use the Sorlin's Blade for speed, which, like, hey, bro, I'm loving my Cavalry March speed. I am not gonna lie. The Legion March speed over here of 18% has been great for me, but the Kingslayer I also have, and the reason you use a Kingslayer would be that it reduces the damage by less per additional target, and also, if the target is another Lord's Legion and they have fewer than 10% of units remaining, they are immediately defeated, which is a huge GG. So I don't know. This also has more attack. It's cavalry unit attack and legion attack, but Sorlin's Blade is looking really, really, really good if it hits 5 targets. Like, wow, very powerful. If you enjoyed today's video, or you've got any other speculation about the upcoming seasons, definitely let me know. Leave a comment down below. And if you're looking for more videos talking about things that are coming in this future season, I'll have 2 cards in the end screen that you might want to check out.